Hey you guys, today what we're going to be doing is I got some seeds in the mail, so we are going to be starting some seeds today. Right now I'm going to be starting some tomatoes, Jersey Devil, Baker's Creek, a free gift from Baker's Creek. It's a tomato, it's called Pink Fang. Another tomato that I actually ordered is Great White. I'm excited to get on to that one. Some basil, some Thai holy basil. It's not the real holy basil like medicinal use basil, but I'll plant it. Shishito peppers. I also got a couple of different varieties of this type of pepper because I want to make some paprika, some smoked paprika. So this is Ashe County pimento pepper, and this one is Doe d'Espagne, I believe it's called, pepper. Also, I'm going to be using that also for the paprika that I'm going to be making. And I also have some Sugar Rush peach. I'm excited about that one. I actually made some more space so I can plant more of that because I have a feeling that I'm going to really like it. We're also going to be planting some mullein, some milkweed. So all of this was cold stratified. I have my comfrey that are cold stratified, and I have two different varieties of lavender that I'm going to plant. This English lavender and true lavender. All of this has been cold stratified, but this is what we're fixing to be planting, y'all. Now I'm going to be starting the tomatoes and the peppers in some regular, regular little cell tray, 1.5 to 2 inch cell tray. Oh, and I'm going to be planting my asparagus. Get that out of the water. But just want to show y'all, I already had some soil that I mixed up. So I'll be out here cooking. These little tools that I use are specifically for when I am seed starting and mixing my mix and stuff like this. So I'll be up in here with my little bowl, mixing my mix, cooking it up. Special sauce. So what we're gonna do is take this mix. It's a little moist. Just a little moist. It is some seed starting mix, and then I add this really doesn't matter what type of seed starting mix, but I use this Burpee Seed Starting mix. I'm not an affiliate, so that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter what seed starting mix. And it already has some nutrients in it. It's 0.06 in 0.03 and 0.03 pK, and I use some Vermiculite. I add Vermiculite to it, and I also add, I don't know if you can see this, but let's get over here. Some perlite, which I kind of keep it already like in a little Ziploc bag, so I can have it on hand. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more of that perlite into this because I really want that soil to have a great drainage. But like I said, this is our own little, we're cooking this up. We're cooking this up. Louisiana 9A, this is how we doing it, baby. Don't worry about my neighbors. They back there doing their thing. Hold on, let me move y'all up a second. Just a second, let me move y'all up, reposition y'all, so y'all can see me better, hopefully. Okay, so yeah, so we're mixing this up real good, and what I'm gonna do, I already made my labels. You guys, you really need to make your labels, pre-make them. I already move this to the side. Made all my labels. Put my soil in. Mix it up a little bit more. got a little alphabet soup going on, so I like to do things a particular way. It does not mean that you have to do it this way at all. Lost that one. The wind is high, y'all. So anyway, I take my little tray, which I've cut down. I don't have to keep these trays, whatever length, whatever size that they come in. This one was I believe it might have been like a 48 cell, I don't know, whatever it was. I cut it. Sure did. Took some regular old scissors and cut it up. You can make whatever configuration you want. You can make them have a mini you want. I wasn't gonna use that full tray, and I have limited space on my seed starting rack anyway. So I just take my saw, and kind of dump it in there. Real good. Look at that. See, a little bit of, gotta check this all stuff, y'all. And that's the Burpee. That's Burpee. It's supposed to be good stuff for seed starting mix. Do what I normally do. Stop putting on for y'all. Go ahead on and dish it up. Level it up. Do the same thing with the other side. I think I'm gonna have 2 actually cells that I'm not gonna be using, so I'm gonna try to cover them up a little bit. But yeah, y'all see how easy that was? Quick and easy. Kind of press them down so you can get as much air as you can out of it. Otherwise, whenever you water it in your seed, what you're gonna actually do is, if you leave it like that, you leave your seed, put your seed on it like that, all that's gonna happen is when you start to water it, it's gonna compress. It's gonna go down, which buries your seed even further down, and it also gives it less space actually to grow its roots, and that's not what you want. You want to give it a good base so the roots can grow deep as they need to grow in this first stage. Okay, so we did that. Might have to get my ponytail holder, y'all. I really don't like my hair in my face. Let's do that. Yep, it's real life. Just mix around. Put my tray back in there. Scoop more soil. Spread it around. And as you go, you're gonna feel this seed starting cell tray actually get my mulling fluid away heavier as you go, especially if you're pre-moistened your soil like I did, because if you don't, you might run the risk that whenever you do water it, you just, like I said, it's going to condense, it's going to compact, which is what you want. You want it moist, not soggy, but it's going to shrink. You don't want that. All right. For the most part, that's all good. Let's put that on to the side. So I know I'm gonna need my mulling that has flown away. Let me go get it. And these seeds for this mulling, y'all, is super, super, super stanky. So we won't be actually poking any little divots in there or anything for that. We just gonna be pretty much broadcasting, like sprinkle it a little bit over the top, but that's gonna be like one of the last things I do. So 1, 2, 3 of those. A whole bunch of these. Alright. Excuse me. So what I'm gonna do is shishito peppers. I believe this is the way I had my tray. I can't remember. Anyway, so I'm gonna do my shishito peppers. I know I'm gonna want a lot of plants, so if I plant 2 per cell, this ought to be enough. I have 5 tags, so, and I'm gonna put, I like to mark them individually as I go. Shishitos, open the drawer, baby. And peppers look like, the seeds look exactly like the seeds that's whenever you using the actual peppers. So the seeds are fairly big, what I would consider fairly big. Normally I have a little dibbler, but I don't have it. I really don't need it, but like 2 seeds. And it says that it should be, I think maybe 1/4 inch. Let me see. Yep, 1/4 inch per cell, and I'm putting 2 seeds per cell. Go ahead and start doing that. I'm gonna advise y'all, please, 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 whenever y'all planting pepper seeds, depending on what variety they are, if it's hot, I'm gonna advise y'all to put on the glove. Play around and mess around with these hot seeds if you want. Shishitos are considered mild, so I'm okay with that. With, you know, touching them with my hand. But that's only because they consider mild. Habanero, serrano, maybe I could deal with a Tabasco with my bare hand, but I know I'm not messing with it whenever it's raw and I'm taking the seeds out to save them. I advise y'all to buy whatever you need initially, but baby, once your plants start coming up, save your seeds. Save your seeds. That helps you become more self-sustainable. Alright, so that's going to be it for shishito. Put the rest of these. Wait a minute now. Let me drop one. Where did it go? Charge it to the game. Oh well. That's it for shishito. Let me see. And like I said, I like to, let me see if y'all can see that. Cover them up a little bit, barely. Water them in after I'm all done with everything. But I like to mark them individually, just in case I end up having to up pot. Before one in particular before the others, or however many before the others. That way I won't have to go back and try to figure out what's what. Alright, so next I'm going to be doing these 2 peppers that I'm going to be using to make my paprika. And this one is the dough d'Espagne, however it's called. Like I said, y'all can see, y'all can figure it out. Have fun with that, because I will mess it up. Let me see how many of these I'm supposed to be. Take out a few, put it down. I think it's 2 cells that I'm going to be making of this, because some of these things, y'all, I'm planting for myself for the small space garden, and also for the larger space. And then sometimes, you know, I have other people that I know that's gardeners that I'll start seeds for them. I don't mind. It's better than them going to pay $5, $6 or whatever, $14, you know, depending on what they're getting for the seed start. It makes no sense. At least it doesn't to me. So I'll start a seed. I sure will. I'll give you the little start plant, everything. So I'm gonna start 2 cells of this. Alright. Most pepper plants, most pepper seeds are the same depth, 1/4 inch. Don't forget, y'all, sometimes seeds don't 100% germinate, right? They don't have 100% germination. There is no such thing as 100% perfect. If you catch it good the first time, great for you. But the likelihood of 100% germination, yeah. That's why you plant more than what you actually trying to harvest. And then, worst case scenario, which I do not like, is you have to thin them out. I don't like thinning. I really don't. That's wasted seeds, which means wasted money, which means wasted food, because even though it might have been struggling, don't mean it couldn't have been a full grown plant. Give it a chance. Alright, so this is pimento. This is going to be my main pepper that I'm using for the paprika when I make it. So I'm going to plant, I believe it was supposed to be 4. Yeah, so I did. Which means that I'm planting the wrong way. I should have been planting, turning my tray the other way. But it's okay. Still gonna make it do what it do. Alright, 2 per cell. Y'all, and I'm not gonna lie, I can't see these holes. I have on glasses and they're transition, that's why it look like it's shades. But it's not shades. Prescription eyeglasses. I can't see with them, and I can't see without them. Ain't that sad? I'm gonna take them off though. More cells I need. Yeah, I'm gonna do 3 more cells. One more cell of the pimento right here. That one want to be planted. Not today, boo. I'll catch you another time. Trust and believe. Alright, pimento is down. Let's cover you up. Make sure you're getting to that hole real well. Cover you up. Sugar Rush peach. In my mind, it's gonna be taste like a little bit of maybe peach to it, and then it's gonna be sweet and then power. In my mind, that's what's gonna happen. Sweet but hot. And guess what? When it happens, I'm gonna love it. Let's see, so I'm going to be doing 4 cells of that, which means I'll need, and I will definitely I'm gonna make sure I got this glove on well because I'm gonna need 8 seeds. 2 persil. Come on, honey. That's about 8. 2 persil. Y'all, sometimes y'all get these little seed starting packets like this where it come with the cell tray and then the bottom tray for drainage. It'll have a little dibble. It's a strange looking little tool, but it sure make it easier. I'm not gonna lie, but I left mine on the other side and I didn't want to stop to go and get it. So what we doing? We're figuring it out. That's what we do. Okay, make sure that those are at their depth, because you don't want to just leave them on top, y'all. Don't do that. Alright, now cover them up. And be honest with you, some of these tools, y'all, we really don't need them. But, you know, we love convenience, right? And we see all of these other gardeners and all of these things at the store, and they come out with all of this wonderful stuff, and it's specific for this. So we have to have it, and, you know, it's just in our mind that, oh yeah, that's something that we have to have. You think our grandparents, our great-grandparents had dibblers? Dibbers? No. No, no. And what does that tell you? We don't need them. So, the best tool you'll ever have, you were born with, hopefully. All of them. Best tool you'll ever have, and it's free. So now we're fixing to start these tomatoes. Let me see. I got the Jersey Devil, a couple of pink fang. Okay, I got 2 of each. Alright, so let me start with the one that I want the most. The Great White. I want 2 of these plants. I'm planting 4. So generally speaking, my mind say, and I think it's accepted, and these seeds are way smaller, y'all, than the average, I'm gonna say. Maybe not way smaller, but they're definitely small. And the planting depth is 1/8 because they're small. Generally speaking, I'm gonna say, I'll give y'all a rule of thumb. However large or small the seed may be, and I don't know if y'all can see how small this seed is, but however large or small the seed is, you go that seed length times 2. However small it is, let's just say you put it on top and you push it down the same length of the seed. So this seed is about 1/8. So that's pretty much how far down you're gonna plant them. And no, you don't have to know all of this math, right? You don't have to know the number, but you can look at that seed and you can see, okay, that's how many. That's how deep I need to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That big. Cover up real well. 1/8 inch, so that don't mean that you don't have to put all that soil on top of it, but you do need to cover it. pepper, but it's a tomato. It says it's an indeterminate tomato, and it's like a crimson plum. It's good for eating and sauce, to make sauce with. That's what it says on the back of this packet. This seed also is 1/8 of an inch in depth, and I'm only going to need 4, and they bumping together. I don't like that. Just put them back. Put you down. Back up so we don't forget. Sometimes, y'all, I even use tweezers. I'm not even gonna lie, to pick up these seeds. Normally I'm in the garage when I'm seed planting, but today I said it's so pretty outside, I'm gonna come on out here and take y'all along for a little ride. A little seed planting party. So we're doing 2 cells of these with 2 seeds per cell, 1/8 inch deep. 1, 2. Girl, where did it go? I don't know. Is it in there? Nope. Oh, I dropped 2 at one time. Well, guess what? I'm gonna get another one because I'm not gonna try to fish it out. One. Alright. Jersey Devil is done. Put you up. Alright. And the light cover this up. And then the last 2 tomato cells that we're going to plant is Pink Fang, which, like I said, is a gift. You know, you buy so many seeds or whatever, a certain dollar amount, they'll send you a free gift at Baker Creek. So I don't have this, so we're going to try this one as well. I already have another free gift variety that I'm trying from them, called Princip Borghese, something or another like that. But it came up really well, y'all. Y'all should see my little seedlings. I'm so happy. I get excited. Y'all know I'm checking them all the time. Stalking. Plant stalking. Alright. Let's get these in there. 1/8, I am sure. But I will double check just in case. Because I don't know everything, and I can be wrong, and I will admit when I am wrong. 1/8 inch, y'all. Good for me. So now we're done with the tomatoes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch this mullein, and I have some basil. So I'm going to put the basil next. I'm only going to do 1 cell of this basil because I have, like, I think I started and I upplanted, I think it's 12 already. So in reality, I don't need this one, but I wanted to try it. Alright, I got a couple of that stuck to them. I'll use those. They're stuck to the bag on the outside. Oh, I just popped one off. It's okay. Still gonna use it. Basil. And y'all, this seed is so small. This is surface soak, which means you just drop it and pat it. Okay. And when I tell y'all small, I mean small, but they are black, so that's good. Come on, baby. There you go. But when I'm telling y'all basil, you're a beginner planter, beginning gardener, basil is the way to go. It's gonna come up for you. Yep, it sure will. Alright, so we got the basil down. Now we're gonna hit this mullein. Y'all know mullein has medicinal benefits. Pretty much everything I grow and whatnot is either gonna have, it's all gonna be pretty much edible. Some part of it for doggone show is gonna be edible. You'll be able to make a tea out of it. If you can't make it, if it's not quote unquote, you know, really that you should be eating it like a fruit or a vegetable, like with a meal, it's gonna be medicinal. Period. Even my little flowers that I plant for my pollinators, I promise you. Yeah, I did way too many. Medicinal or edible. So I'm only gonna do, I want 2 mullein plants, and I'm supposed to, so since they're so small, y'all, teeny, I'm just gonna take however many I can get with my fat fingers and almost like broadcast them. Just sprinkle them, let them have a minute, go. And then which, like I said, I don't like to do, I'll thin them out at, you know, once they germinate and, you know, they sprout up some. But I'm still doing 2 cells of mullein because I am going to be sharing these starts with someone else, you know, because when I grow and I reap a benefit, I'm sharing. No gatekeeping and all the other things that's popular these days, you know, to be said, these pretty words. That's being selfish. Gatekeeping is being selfish. I'm not selfish. I'm going to share. I don't advise y'all do what I just did. But if you're a mama, especially if you have daughters, you know what I just did and why. Alright, I'm just pat them. Seed to soil contact and whatnot. Just pat them real quick. Hopefully that'll be good. They're going inside, so I'm not worrying about, you know, anything messing with them. Alright, so that's mullein. I'm done with mullein. Now, and I'm supposed to have, y'all, I'm supposed to be planting something else. I don't know what it could be. I actually think it's not my lavender. It's okay, because I have 2 extra cells. But that's enough. But I do not have any more tags. So I must have planted everything I wanted to plant. Alright. Put my glove back on. Because I'm about to start messing with this asparagus. But I need to make some more mix. Seed starting mix. So here we go. Here's the little magic, y'all. Take me the seed starting mix that's already mixed up for you in the bag. And by right, you don't have to, you know, add anything to it to, you know, make it the way you want it. But this is my garden, and we're gonna do what I want to do. And when you're planting your seeds, it's your garden, and you can do what you want to do. Alright, add my soil mix. Get my Vermiculite. said, this is my little bowl that I mix, you know, when I know I'm not fixing to do like a really big seed start. This is my little tub that I got from the dollar store in the automotive department, or aisle. The Dollar Tree, exactly, to be exact. And I put a lot of perlite. I like perlite actually better than vermiculite, but perlite is super light, y'all. So whenever the more you water it, the more you start to see it actually come up through your soil. Sneaks this gumbo up. There's some yah right here. But yeah, so the perlite will start to rise, and that's really not what you want, but it's great for to help, you know, your plants retain just enough moisture, and the perlite allows it to drain properly, because you don't want to drown your plants. Too much of anything is not a good thing. Too much water is not a good thing. Plants are pretty much like us, y'all. You drink too much water, what's going, you know, at one time, what's going to happen? Not good. Certain things evidently we can't say while we're on this platform, but I can tell you it's not good. You want to make sure that your plants get enough water, but with the proper drainage. Some of this soil doesn't quite have enough of what you need. Stir this in real good. Yeah, I said stir it in real good with my spoon in what I call my mixing bowl. It's a gumbo. Alright, so my asparagus I'm going to do. It's recommended not to put asparagus. Attempt and put it in. Not all the way. I want to leave some of my rim. I'm gonna say maybe a ½ inch of my rim. This is a 3 inch, 4 inch cup that I'm putting it in, because asparagus needs its space to grow, and this particular asparagus especially, because I already I pre-soaked mine, and like I said, you can see hopefully that there are roots in there, little green roots sprouting up, trying to give it a little head start. So take it apart, and you want the root to go down into the container, into the soil as best you can, and you want to plant that actual seed that's left up at the top. You want it to have like a 2-inch depth into the of soil on top of it. So that means it needs to go, whatever your top layer of soil is in your container, that seed, that actual seed, the pod needs to be 2 inches beneath the top layer of the soil. Okay, so that's one. I'm gonna be planting 4, and it's still, like I told you guys before, whenever I was doing my 2026 seed start, what I was saying, what I'm going to plant in my video, I told you that I'm gonna be planting this asparagus. It's gonna take 2 years. It's gonna come up, and it's gonna look like pretty much like a fern. Oh, and you're gonna be so happy, right? Yeah. And then you're still gonna have to wait a whole nother 1.5 years for it to actually do something. So this one actually has a very long root that is grown up, but it's okay. I'm pushing it all down into the soil, because like I said, the little black part, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little black pod that part needs to be 2 inches deep into the soil. It needs to be covered by 2 inches of soil, and it needs to be heads up. We don't want it to be at the bottom. We want the roots to be at the bottom of the pot. Then the next part should be that little pod, that little black seed pod, and then 2 inches of soil on top. And I advise myself, this is what I do. I leave, and I know it's gonna drop. I leave a certain amount of space on top of these containers. Tamp it down some, remove it. I don't like wasting soil. Tamp it down. Try to pack it down. I leave a certain amount of space in there because I don't want any water to spill over. As I water it throughout its growth system. And that's at least 2 inches above it, right? Top of above the seed. Okay, we got 2 more to go. Make your hole deep enough for your root system to go through. Again, we have another one with a nice size root. Guess what? That's beautiful, baby. That means you're growing. But this root going in first. You're going in the soil. And then the actual seed going to be the last thing at the top. We're going to cover it. See that little piece of root trying to come back up? The devil is a lie. Not today. Not today. Get your tail back in there. Okay. This asparagus. Ain't nothing like using your hands. Tamp, 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 tamp. Pack it down in there as tight as you can. Stick your finger in the middle. I'm gonna say, like, you know, you have those notches on your finger. Like 1, 2, and then it's to your knuckle. So go 2 knuckles down. Let's see which one is going to be the best one for it. I have several to choose from. I could actually plant all of these, but y'all, asparagus is invasive. So whenever it does come up and start doing whatever it needs to do, baby, it's gonna be there. It's a perennial. You will not have to replant it. It will come back up on its own, and by the time it's over with, that root system gonna be then grew from here to kingdom come. Almost like pretty much any. Ooh, that's a good one. Any like a especially sweet potatoes. Oh my gosh. All right, go stay. Covered. You plant a sweet potato in the ground and see what's gonna happen. You plant mint in the ground and see what's gonna happen. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be aware and be prepared. I may put these back. I may come back in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Someone may, I'm gonna call and see if somebody want me to come and, want me to start them some asparagus. All Alright, so now let's do comfrey. Like I said, comfrey, lavender, mullein, milkweed. Some of these plants, you guys, that we sow seeds for and whatnot, you really need to check, because some of them need to be cold stratified. And comfrey is one of them. So what I did with this one is I used the paper towel method. I wet the paper towel, put the seeds in it. I folded the paper towel around the seeds. I put it in the freezer. And then of course there is, I'll get that later. There is some recommended timing, how long you should have it in there. And I can't recall what that timing is. I got 3 seeds, but I really wanted, anyway, I only got 3 seeds, so, which is interesting. But anyway, it's recommended time, you know, how long you need to cold stratify some of these seeds. I can't tell you, I can't disprove or prove, right? I can't say you don't have to follow the recommended timing for cold stratification, because I've never not done it, right? I've always done what was recommended. So I got 3. And the comfrey seed might be able to go an inch down, which in my mind the measurement is to the first joint, the first little line on your finger, 1 inch. Might be wrong, give or take, but that's what I'm doing. Cover it back up, nice and tight. Label her. Bam, 1 comfrey down. And she likes her room. That's why we're putting her in a 3-4 inch starter pot. She likes her room. Her roots don't go, you know, very deep. It's kind of shallow, but they can go fairly quickly. And what you don't want to do, she don't like to be disturbed too much. You know, you don't want to. You don't want to have to up pot her too soon. You want to let her root system get established well before you up pot her. And like I said, don't disturb her too much. Let her do what she do. 2. But yeah, give her space. And y'all already know, if you don't know by growing it, you know, previously before yourself, I'm here to tell you. You can watch other content creator videos. They'll tell you. She disrespectful. She like her space. She like your space. Yeah. So when she grow and she do her thing, don't be surprised whenever she over there give me 50 feet to everything around her. So you just politely prune her back, cut her back, you know, have a conversation with her. Baby, you can't do that, okay? You can't do that. That's not nice. You have to share. All right, so that's comfrey done. Let me put that in to keep that moist. All right, the next is, that's what it is. I was supposed to put in here, and I'm gonna do it now. Milkweed. I'm putting in the tray. No, I'm not. Did I make it? I think I was thinking that I was gonna put her in the tray. I will. I'll put her in the tray. I don't know where her I'll put her last because I don't know what I did with her tag. So the next thing we're gonna do, which we're gonna have to start some more salt mixing a little bit, is some lavender. I need a lot of lavender for my garden here, and like I said, for the big garden, in the larger garden in the country. Y'all see that cat? Did y'all see her? I don't mind that cat. That is not my cat. I do not have pets. I don't have pets, anything, but I do not mind that cat being in my yard. Wanna know why? Because I think she helps. I think she's very helpful. If I have them, I have never seen them. Knock on wood. Lord, thank you. I don't have mice and all them other little critters. I think they keep them away. Let's see here. I got 5 more. That ought to be good. We'll see. Keep all them other critters away that I don't want here. I don't feed them. I don't know if my neighbors feed them. But they stray cats. That one in particular. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl because I don't pay attention to it that much. But I done gave it a name. I call it Tom. Like I said, it might be a boy, might be a girl. Don't know. Alright. And perlite. Which I could just pretty much pour the whole bag in there, but I'm not. See this little green tray thing aside from this tray? That's because your girl don't like to waste. She got a problem. You're trying all this that's in here. Guess what? I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna tamp it back into this bowl, and then I'm gonna cover this bowl. Or actually, I have another little container that I put if I have any extra soil that I put in it with a lid on it. Like start soil, seed starting soil. I sure do. I keep that baby. Sure do. I keep it covered and everything. Just like it's in a bag. As a matter of fact, it's better because it's thicker. And what I'm putting it in is also full gray plastic container. Mix this up real quick. This gumbo, this good yaya right here. Care of your plants, they take care of you. If you know you grow right. Yeah, I don't know how long this video is. I don't have a timer on it. I feel like it's going a long time. But we're almost done. Putting the finishing touches on this. Containers filled. And I'm going to be planting 2 seeds to each one because like I said, I want a good bit of lavender, really good bit of lavender. You know, of course it smells good, it look good, good in teas, all the things. And also, like I said, I'm going to be planting some in the larger garden and probably giving some away to some, you know, family, friends, whomever, you know. If I find out that any of you guys live close and y'all need, you know, anything from me, I'm willing, you know, I'm willing to help if you need the help. Just let me know. Shoot me a line in the comments. We'll get together. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing some true lavender and some English lavender. Hopefully both of them come up. Hopefully I get all 12 plants to come up because that's really what I want. It's going along with my garden plan, which I got to show you guys that. I got to show you guys my layout for it over here. There's really not a, there's a layout as far as what is going to be planted where in the large garden, but that plot stays the same. It's 50 by 50. It's not moving. You can't rearrange it. Yeah, you can make your row, change your rows, but that's about it. You know, the see, we have extra soil, but guess what? Let me put it back because I don't want to make a mess. We're gonna use it for another time. English and true. True, which I'm going to be planting more true than English. True. True. And I'm missing one. And I saw it somewhere. I'll figure it out. Don't matter. Like I said, I know I'm going to be planting more my English than true. Planting 2 English and the rest true. Alright, so English, let's get these out of the way. I said I'm planting more English than true. We don't know. I don't even remember how many seeds, so that's 4. That's right, that's 2. But then that also means that I probably didn't. Whatever. We're going to figure it out. I can go in the house and get the other seeds. And this is probably going to be 1/4 inch. Which that's more than 1/4 of an inch. Just a little dab of do you. Because these seeds are not that big. Take off the glove. See it, the sunlight is going, it's just a little speck, like half the length of not even half the length of a grain of rice. That's how small it is, but it's black, so I can see it. She down. Alright, and English is done. Let's do true. Hoping that I actually use the paper towel method on more of these. Y'all didn't tell me that y'all couldn't see. On more of these true lavender seeds, but I don't know. Looks like I only did 4 of these as well. Which I could do. I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do 2 per cup. I was thinking about just going on ahead and doing 1. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get the other seeds that I have. Again, they're cold stratified in the refrigerator. They've been there. I get them and I put them in the refrigerator. That's where they live. They don't live in a little photo album case like the other seeds. They have a special room. Alright, so the other 2, I'll do that after the video. But milkweed, I'm gonna try to see real quick if I can find that. I can make one. I don't have hate wasting. But here we go, milkweed. Showy milkweed. And I'm doing 1 cell of her in. It's advisable to do it in a cup, but I'm gonna do it right here in the cell. Let's see what she's looking like. She has sizable seeds, y'all. She ready. Look at her. Y'all see that? Your seeds ain't small. Y'all see that? It's all good. Thank you, because I can see that, baby. I can see that from a mile away. Just use my finger. So I know that she's probably going to be an inch. No, it say 1/8, y'all. As big as that seed is, it say 1/8. Whatever. Do what it say. Alright. So, alright, y'all. We're done. We're done. We're done. Sowing our seeds. Sowing our seeds. We've been gonna have some food, y'all. We're growing food. We're growing skills. We're growing confidence. Yes, we are. Thank y'all for sticking around with me while we plant these seeds. I'm so excited behind it. I can't wait for them to start germinating and sprout up, y'all. And when they do, I will bring you guys with me. Thank y'all so much again. If you know, you grow. Take care.